Squid Game Season 2 just dropped, and the internet is completely split in half. Some people are calling it a masterpiece of television, while others, well, they're saying it's the biggest letdown since Game of Thrones. But the thing is, they might be both right, and I'm about to show you why. I've spent the last 2 days analyzing every episode, reading hundreds of comments, and diving deep into what's actually causing this massive split in the community. And what I found might completely change how you see the season. To understand why this season has created such a massive divide, we need to look at what changed. Season 1 hooked us with its brutal simplicity. It took something simple, children's games, with deadly stakes, and turned it into the biggest show on Netflix. The formula was perfect. Regular people, desperate for money, forced to play simple games, losing meant death. We got it, we felt it, and it worked.
Season 1, Lee Jung-jae earned $248,000 per episode. Sounds pretty good, right? But compared to the $900 million Netflix made from the show, it's a drop in the ocean.
But Season 2 is playing a completely different game. Season 1 was about survival, just regular people trying not to die. But Season 2 is all about fighting back. It's about understanding why these games exist in the first place. Instead of throwing us into another survival story, we're following Gi-hun on a mission of revenge and rebellion. The show transforms from a simple death game into this complex chess match between Gi-hun and the frontman. And some viewers are loving this evolution because it's deeper and more strategic, more focused on the conspiracy behind the games. But according to others, the show lost its soul. Take the new games, for example. The Pentathlon brought complexity and strategy to what were once simple children's games. For some viewers, this made the games more engaging, but for others, it lost the raw primal appeal that made Season 1's games so effective. Because the games aren't just about survival anymore. They're about rebellion, strategy, and uncovering the truth behind the organization. When someone died playing red light, green light in Season 1, we felt it in our gut. But now, death feels more calculated. Then there's the new characters. Thanos, played by Top, perfectly represents this season's different approach. He's not just fighting to survive, but he's pushing people down during games, switching languages, and keeping us guessing. And for some viewers, he's exactly what the show needed, but for others, he's just a symbol of how far the show has strayed from its roots. But nothing divides people more than the ending itself. Jungbi's death, the frontman reveal, the cliffhanger, it's either brilliant storytelling or a complete betrayal, depending on who you ask. Like, I've watched it 3 times and I still don't know whether to slow clap or throw my remote through the window. But here's what makes this whole situation so fascinating though. Season 2 isn't failing at being Season 1, because it's not even trying to be Season 1. Season 1 was about survival. Regular people pushed to their limits. Season 2 is about revolution, about understanding the machine behind the games. They're telling completely different stories. I think Season 2 is like that band that changed their style after their first hit album. And that's exactly why this season is so controversial. Because if you came looking for another straightforward survival game, you're probably disappointed. But if you were ready for a deeper dive into the conspiracy, you might have found your new favorite season of television. So is Squid Game Season 2 a masterpiece or a disappointment? The answer depends entirely on what you were looking for. Because while Season 2 might have lost some of that raw simplicity, it's gained a voice of its own, so to say. But what do you think? Is Season 2's evolution exactly what the series needed, or did it stray too far from what made Squid Game special? Drop your thoughts below, and if this video got you thinking, show some love by liking and subscribing.